أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه يستعين في جميع الأمور الحمد لله الذي جلت قدرته وعظمت مشيته صلى الله على محمد نبيه الذي هو رحمته وعلى آله الطيبين الذين هم صفوته وعلى كل داع من دعاة الستر عظيمة رتبته أما بعد مؤمنين مخلصين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. In this Majlis from Majalis al Hikma, the issue I address today is of free will and predestination. Our Dawat kitabs contain many discussions on this issue. Concisely, I will speak on some of its main issues, main points. If anyone has further questions, they can ask. The question is large and is also very complex. Do humans choose their own path in this world, or is everything fixed for them, such that they are compelled by destiny, helpless in its grip? Do things happen through your choice, or are you forced to do them? Is there such a thing as free will, or is everything predestined? At first glance, it seems both are opposites, different things. But the Quran-i-Majid confirms both the principles. In one verse, the Quran confirms predestination and says, "Man yudlillahu fala hadiya lahu." Whomever God misleads, no one can guide him to the right path. Another verse, the Quran confirms free will, saying, "Faman sha'a falyu'min, waman sha'a falyakfur." Whoever chooses to believe can believe. Whoever chooses to disbelieve may disbelieve. Both positions are then confirmed. Now Quran speaks only the truth. Haqq. Each of its verses contain deep meaning of wisdom. So what is the correct position? Which one is it? Predestination, control all things, or does free will exist? With God's aid and Imam Zaman's inspiration, I will give the answer here in short, that is nuanced but concise. Answer in one sentence is this, that both are true. Both positions are true. Predestination is real and free will also exists. But the context for both is different. Each is true in its own context. So one has to understand the context. First, we talk about predestination. There are many verses about predestination in the Quran Majid. In one verse, قُلْ لَنْ يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. We will not be struck with an affliction unless God has willed it or written it. So only that which God has written will come to pass. Now if we look around us in this world, we see differences, so many, to explain predestination. One is rich, one is poor, one is born in a mu'min's home, one is born in an unbeliever's home, one is born blind, one is born with illnesses. Many things come from destiny. And these things must come to pass, and they do come to pass. And sometimes it is very difficult for people to understand. In fact, one has to understand there is a reason for them to be written in this way, and why they come to pass in this way. Why are things the way they are? The Almighty, in His justice, has arranged it this way. But why? The reason is according to what one's acts were earlier. Things in this world came to be. Dawat's exclusive knowledge in Haqa'iq Kitab. It is expounded, explained. Differences appear in this second creation, in this world. In the first creation, when the creation happened the first time, all were created equal, same. God's justice necessitates such equality. Then because of what transpired in the first creation, as we call it, all the angels had free will. Those who accepted the Dawat remain there forever in paradise. Those who did not came into this world and brought with them their destinies of what their intentions were at that time. Because of what was in their minds before the creation of this physical world, they took the forms they took here. These differences became visible here. Now when a human is born, he has no choice in the matter. There are many things after birth too in which he has no choice. His body is shackled by the heat and the cold, the physical nature, the constraints of the earth and the sky. But after achieving human form, you have a choice. As a human, what road you take, that choice God has placed in your hands. In the Quran, there is an ayat in which it says, La ikraha fid deen. There is no compulsion in religion, in faith. That is why God has said, no compulsion in faith. Meaning, as Maulana Amir al-Mumineen Ali ibn Abi Talib explains, that God would have given His prophets such power that people would have to obey them. They would have no choice. But if that were the case, where is the merit if you are forced to do something? How would that even count as something you have achieved? Humans are very conscious of their own choice, of what they achieve by their own efforts. They want to earn something through their own work. They feel honor in that. So, in the same way, there is no compulsion or force in religion. I will discuss this subject in a later majlis, insha'allah. A person should give misa, pledge of allegiance to God and his wali for the purpose of salvation by his own free will. He has to believe. Only then he gains salvation. He has to give misa through his own choice. Only that counts, not for any other purpose of worldly gain or society. He has to choose the path of truth. Someone asked Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq salawatullahi alayhi, are we compelled by destiny? Sadiq Imam answered, how is that even possible? Meaning, after achieving human form, in the actions they choose to do. Then he said, would God compel someone to sin and then punish him for sinning? How is that fair? God would not do that, as it would be unjust. Whatever you do, you choose to do, you use your logic, your reason to pursue a path. Yes, I mentioned a destiny does exist. There are certain biological, genetical predispositions, certain tendencies. One person is very intelligent, has a keen mind, other has less. Some are more prone to diabetes. But even there, you can choose to combat that predisposition with your free will. You eat a nutritious diet, you exercise, you remain healthy. So you have a choice in shaping your future. You can do that. It is up to you. Your honor derives from having free will. The most precious thing humans have is freedom. No one wants to be in prison. Humans cherish that, their freedom above everything. That is the difference between humans and animals. God has given us an intellect to reason with, the freedom to choose and make your own path. The Quran says, فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. If you do an atom's worth of good, you will see it. This pronouncement makes sense only if you do good of your own volition, of your own choice. Similarly, if somebody performs an evil act, he shall see it. Imam has said, Salawatullahi alayhi, Inna al-af'ala ta'udu ala dawati al-fa'ilin. Actions revert on the persons of those who do them. Whatever action a person does, they come back to him. If he performs good deeds, he will see them. Evil deeds, he will see them. As it is said in English, what you sow, you will reap. So why did God grant humans freedom to choose their path? He did so that they would do so with their own free will to believe. The Quran asks, Am hasibtum an tadkhulul jannata? Do you think you will enter heaven? He follows the question with the phrase, وَلَمَّا يَعْلَمِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا مِنْكُمْ وَيَعْلَمُ الصَّابِرِينَ. You will enter heaven after God has seen amongst you who has been patient in the face of adversity, who has performed good deeds. That is by your own choice. Then you will enter heaven. You will be tested. And one can only be tested if he has free will. If you want to enter heaven, you have to choose to do so. You have to answer Allah's da'wat, lahu da'watul haqq, by exercising your free will. You have been given that free will in order that you choose to enter the fold of the believers. In order that you choose to love and obey Allah's awliya, His messengers. If you do so, you will return to heaven. That is the goal, to re-enter heaven. We know the story of Hur alayhi salam, when Hussein Imam alayhi salam called out on Ashura day. Hur answered Hussein's da'wat. He said, I have given myself a choice between heaven and hell. I will answer Hussein's call and earn paradise. He did it by his own choice. Now, if we had been in Karbala, we would have sacrificed our lives for Hussein, is our belief. If you hold that belief, you will join Hussein's da'wat, Hussein's da'i, by exercising your free will, by understanding the truth. That choice is in front of everybody. In our journey in this world, many choices offer themselves to us every day and night. In each of his actions, a mu'min should always remain conscious of God. Keep it in front of us. Taqwa, consciousness of Allah Ta'ala, should be our constant companion. Goodness, piety should be our guiding lights. Base your decisions on truth, on haqq, what is right. Do good, speak the truth. Don't lie, don't cheat. These are choices that are presented to all humans day and night. And the most important of the choices is the one that pertains to the salvation of your soul. This life is temporary. We all know everybody dies. What should you do? You should choose the path of truth and haqq for eternal life. And yes, God has granted us the freedom to choose. But in God's kingdom, nobody has any control. No option when faced with God's destiny. As Amir al-Mumineen has said, إِذَا حَلَّتِ الْمَقَادِيرِ ضَلَّتِ التَّدَابِيرِ. When fate descends upon you, all the plans go haywire. God is all powerful. No matter what an individual desires, only what God desires will come to pass. That is why Allah Ta'ala says to Rasulullah in the Quran, وَلَا تَقُولَنَّ لِشَيْءٍ إِنِّي فَاعِلٌ ذَلِكَ غَدًا إِلَّا أَنْ يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. Do not say, I will do this tomorrow, without saying, if God wills it. Insha'allah, as we always say. We say insha'allah. That is the right thing to do. Use your God-given reason and make full efforts in each sphere of your life. But always place your trust in the Almighty. Whatever is good, whatever is in God's plan will happen. Accept God's will, rida bil qadar, with your own choice. That is also your choice, which you will have to accept. But if you do it with your choice, that is a believer. Ask Allah for help, for tawfiq. Ask Allah to show you the right path. Take the wasila of Allah's awliya, mu'mineen. God has given you human form. He has given you life. Choose the path of truth. Walk the path of salvation. Sirati mustaqim. That is the real freedom. From gaining salvation from this world, this temporary world. We will reach the higher realm of the hereafter, as we were before created, in the best form. Imam Hussein said to Hur that your mother named you Hur, which means free. And he told Hur that you are Hur, you are free in this world and the after, and the next world. Mu'mineen. In this world there is no escape from death. It is a world of perishing. We have to prepare for eternal life with our own choice and understanding. Make provisions for the journey, for the everlasting world, to reach that goal. Keep that in front of us. The choice is ours. Blaming others bring no benefit. What path do you choose to follow? For matters that fall in the realm of destiny, accept Allah's destiny, the fate, rida bil qadar, His plan, and always give Him thanks. And in the hardship, adversity, practice sabr, patience. I end this majlis with a prayer, offering praise and thanks to Allah Ta'ala, who has given us guidance to worship Him and thank Him, made us who obey and love His awliya, Panjatan, Muhammad Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussain, Aimmat Tahirin, and Dawat-ni-zaban. May He give us tawfiq and right direction. Give us aid in every of our actions, in every matter that we face, to choose the path of truth, of haqq. May we always seek Allah's direction in every aspect of life, both worldly affairs and our spiritual endeavors. وَمَا تَوْفِيقِ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. Tawfiq, the right direction, comes from the Almighty. But seeking tawfiq, seeking that direction and guidance is something you can choose to do. We always recite this litany, this tasbih, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. Always keep praying for direction and aid from the Almighty. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulihi Syedna Muhammadin wa alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Wa sallama tasliman muttasilan ila yawmiddin.